If you could single-handedly choose anyone, alive, dead, or fictional character, to be the next President of the United States, who would you choose and why? Samwise Gamgee. Unprecedented loyalty. Commitment. Potatoes. Gamgee or Baggins 2020, boil M, mash M, stick M in a stew. His stance on immigrants is tough, huh? He was Shire Mayor and Councilman for the Northern Kingdom, he has the political experience. A fictional version of me where I'm much smarter and impervious to corruption. Should really be impervious to assassination. Damn. Nothing has changed from the Dark Ages till now. People of wealth will do whatever it takes to stay or increase their wealth even at the expense of the populace. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Starship Enterprise because he's a scholar, a gentleman, a diplomat, and a badass chief officer. Captain's log stardate -302,389.84, I have been pulled back in time to govern the country, where they would not wear masks in the middle of a pandemic. I heard that in his voice. I can visualize the face palm. I can visualize him pulling his hair out. Phil Hartman. If for no other reason than Phil Hartman would be alive again. If I could upvote this 1,000 times, I would. Did you really need to cut all these onions right in front of my face? Having his name makes me happy and sad every time. I'd actually watch Phil Hartman staring in that film. He would be perfect. Dead actor brought back to life. But due to a tear in the space-time continuum, he's now the President of the United States. Watch as Phil Hartman tries to balance his hectic executive duties with being a good father. Co-stars John Lovitz as his smart aleck VP and Andy Dick as the bad guy who gets shot into space using a cannon. Professor X, because he knows everything. Magneto, because Magneto was right. Both were right, one was radical and the other wasn't, like Teach Allah and Killmonger. I think they were originally based off of the ideals of Milk Jr. and Malcolm X. They were. The original X-Men comics were heavily based off of the civil rights movements in America. Minerva McGonagall. A warm, reassuring personality but strict and no-nonsense. Indeed. And, if anyone fucks around too much she will straight up set them on fire, which is an effective negotiation tactic. Effective negotiation tactic is one way to put it, my dude. Aggressive negotiations, my friend. So silly, but it sounds as if you're questioning my authority in my classroom. Not at all, Dolores. Merely your medieval methods. I still am amazed that Stephen King called her the #1 most hateable character of all time, or something like that. They are supposed to be out of bed, you blithering idiot. Still my favorite insult to this day. Zaphod Beeblebrox, hands down him for sure. Zaphod's harem of Earth girls is going to consist of every female organism on the planet by the time his term is over. I'm a boy, can I still join? This is a political movement I can get behind. Or in front of. Well, he's a boob man, so get 3 implants and try your luck. Ah, yes. The female organism. Ever elusive. Does it even exist? Why stop at organisms? Even his own daughter? Gandalf. Not sure if I'd pick gray or white though. He's Gandalf the Grey for the first term, loses re-election, then comes back for a rematch 4 years later as Gandalf the White. He wins 2 terms as Gandalf the Grey, dies, wins 2 terms as Gandalf the White. But nobody can be president for more than 2 terms. Yes, nobody. But I have a shiny new body. President Comancho. Find a smart person and make them deal with the serious issues is exactly the type of leader we need right now. Shit. I know shit's bad right now, with all that starving bullshit, and the dust storms, and we are running out of French fries and burrito coverings. But I've got a 3-point plan that's going to fix everything. Number 1, we've got this guy not sure. Number 2, he's got a higher IQ than any man alive. And number 3, he's going to fix everything. Now I know everyone's shit's all emotional right now. I know everyone's shit's emotional right now. Terry Crews' delivery is so compelling. My God. Ben Wyatt. We don't need another Ice Town. Ice Town costs Ice Clown his town crown. I would prefer Leslie, personally, with Ben Wyatt as her VP. That way, she can still live out her fantasy of hooking up with her running mate. I agree. I think Leslie has the passion, enthusiasm, and ideas, while Ben is much better at logistics and insight. They are a better team when she's in the lead and he supports her and steers her away from being too zany. Ben, babe, the oven's ready. Chop, chop. Get baking. Daddy want pie? Sauron. The age of men is over. The age of the orc has begun. According to Tolkien's lore, it's about high time Morgoth broke out of his imprisonment and came back to Earth. That'll make 2020 even more interesting than it already is. It's about time for Dager Dago Wrath. Get Irandil, Tulkas, and Turin and we'll have a good row. I've always liked that prophecy. Would be nice for Turin to finally get his revenge. Though he might still manage to find a way to mess it up. Dager Dago Wrath. Is this like John Johnson? It translates to the Battle of Battles. It's essentially an end of the world battle. Elle Woods, vote for Elle. She already passed Bruiser's bill and everything, guys. Commander-in-Chief. This absolutely needs to be a Legally Blonde sequel where she runs for president. That wouldn't be half bad. Bring back Warner as some kind of low-level paper pusher trying and failing desperately to get her back. Why hasn't anyone written this? It'd be so wholesome, OMG.